I just killed myself with a freaking C4, bro. The freaking C4. All right, and welcome back, guys. So we have quite a few Dark Aether guides on this channel, but one thing that I've been commented about and people have asked me a lot is to do a start to finish full kind of Dark Aether guide. And what I mean by that, essentially show you all the steps you need to do from like round 1 to round 50. And what I've realized, there's a lot of people who watch my channel who grind the multiplayer camos, and they're multiplayer grinders, but now they want to move in and start working on getting the Dark Aether camo because some people think it looks better and other stuff like that. So with that, in this video, we're going to kind of go step by step and show these strategies in a little bit more detail and kind of how to perfect stuff like this. So if you're a multiplayer grinder, or if you're just kind of looking to kind of exactly do what needs to be done to get Dark Aether, we're going to show you that here. The first thing here is you want to make sure you're using the crystals that you get. The first thing I would recommend upgrading, a big part of this challenge, is using Ring of Fire. So after you've played a few games of zombies, you want to go into field upgrade and you want to fully max out Ring of Fire, get it to tier 3. That's one of the first things you want to do because grinding for camos, this is such a massive help. Now, the second thing you want to do, if you're doing ARs first, and I would recommend doing it category by category, you want to go to weapon classes. And if you're doing, let's say, submachine guns, you want to max out with your Ethereum crystals, max that out so you're getting those extra attachments, extra critical damage and all that. Then after you've done Ring of Fire in the weapon class you're currently working on, you're going to start doing perks. I'd recommend starting with Juggernog, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Stamina Up, Deadshot. Don't worry too much about Elemental Pop. You can do that later after you've got tons of crystals. But after you got those two things, start upgrading your perks and whatnot. Then after all that, if you got all of that stuff maxed out, I would start recommending doing Napalm Burst or Dead Wire. And we'll kind of go into that a little bit farther in detail. But with that, let's go ahead and go into game. Now, starting off here, there's a few things you want to do. If you've grinded MP, obviously your weapons are already a fairly high level. If not, I definitely recommend playing with multiple players. And honestly, for everything I do in this guide, I'd recommend playing with 4 players. Not only are you going to be getting weapon XP faster, but one, it's a little bit safer, especially while doing the Penthouse strat. And if you're doing rocket launchers or snipers, it is so nice having those extra people there. That way you're going to be getting less kills because you're using a sniper, but they'll be able to pick up the slack and whatnot with that. And if you're looking for players to play with, you currently don't have anyone to play with, gonna leave a link to the Discord in the description. Make sure you check that out. We got tons of people always looking to do this strat, Penthouse strat, any sort of zombie strats, even Easter egg runs in the Discord below. So if you don't have anyone to play with you, definitely make sure you check out the Discord and try to find some people to help run this strat with you so you can get Dark Aether as quick as possible. Now, starting off, the first thing you want to do is pretty much immediately go up here, unlock these doors, and get to the top of Penthouse. A lot of this strategy is going to revolve around this because it's one of the quickest spots to sit for spawns in the game. And the quicker you can get in here, quicker you can go through these early rounds and get set up. Because like I said, every minute you save off here and there is going to save you a ton of time in overall in terms of grinding on this. Now, if you do plan on doing this, I wouldn't just queue in public lobbies and play with the people you see there because you really need to have everyone on the same page. Everyone's kind of got to be doing the same thing ready to go because if you're camping on the top of Penthouse, especially with these early rounds and other people are going around, upgrading weapons, turning on power and all that, it is really going to drastically make the rounds take longer because the more people are spread out in co-op, the longer it is going to take for just about everything because the zombies are all over the map, your kills per minute, all of that's going to be going down. So honestly, either find a group of 4 friends, find some people from the Discord, all people on the same page, ready to just grind and get this done as quick as possible. So we get up here, we get on the top of Noct. Usually when I'm doing this, I do it with 4 players. Right now, as an example, I just got 1 guy in here, but if I was doing this seriously, I'd have 4 people, we'd all be up on top. And really the main thing you want to start off doing is usually I go to about round 10 sitting up here. The amount of games it's going to take this to finish is going to be dependent on the amount of people you have in your game and what level your weapon already is. If your weapon's already maxed out, honestly, if you have a good game, it is 100% viable to finish the entire gun in that game if you've already got it maxed out, max level and all that. If not, obviously you're going to have to play a few games beforehand to get it maxed out to be able to get it all done. If you're wanting to level up your weapon as quick as possible, I'd 100% recommend going to multiplayer, going to hardcore Nuketown, and just trying to get as many kills as possible. That to me is what I think is currently the quickest single way to level up a weapon. If not, zombies is still an option. If you'd rather just enjoy it more and have more fun leveling up in zombies, definitely an option you can do. And I'd honestly just do the same strat we're doing here. Potentially not going to as high of rounds because about past round 20 or 30 you're really not getting much more XP for your weapons. So honestly, if your weapon's level 0, potentially play 1 or 2 games in this spot just going to about round 20, and then after that then start working on getting the stuff you need. Because to max out these weapons and get it gold, you're going to need about 2,500 headshots, 2,500 kills while it's packed, 2,500 kills. You're going to need 20 kills without getting hit a certain amount of times, and you're going to need rapid kills. The rapid kills and the 20 kills without getting hit are the last two things. Those are by far the easiest. Honestly, don't need to worry about that because you're going to almost immediately, as soon as you get that challenge unlocked, you'll get the 20 kills without dying just sitting up here in a few rounds. Same thing with the rapid kills. As you can see, very clearly, we're obviously killing the zombies at a rapid pace. Now, one challenge that does mess up a lot of people and end up taking a long time is the elite eliminations. If you are playing solo, the last thing you finish more than likely is going to be the elite elimination. However, if you are playing co-op, you will finish this the very first game you unlock it. Unfortunately, in solo, you're only getting about one elite every time the elites spawn in, whereas in co-op, you get so much more. And the thing about elites in multiplayer is if you put a bullet into it, even if someone else kills it, you will get all of the credit. So right before the elite dies, you just need to make sure that you put a bullet into it before whoever finishes it off kills it, and that will count for an elite elimination. Playing solo, to get your 15 elite eliminations, it's probably going to take you about 3 or 4 games. However, if you're playing with 4 players, you will almost always get that in one game. And then on top of getting it, you'll more than get way past what you need. Besides the elite eliminations, the thing that usually takes the longest is a 2,500 critical kills. However, if you've already got that challenge unlocked, playing one game of this, you'll more than likely get the 2,500 critical kills that you need. But as you can see, as we've been talking, we've just been going through these rounds. A little bit more about this strat. As soon as you run out of ammo, what you want to do is you want to run down here and buy it from this box and run back up top. If it is a little clustered down here, you can always run down to the bottom of the plane wing down there. I do that sometimes, but it's really honestly a pretty simple strat. And the Ring of Fire, all you got to do, call in the Ring of Fire at certain points. Everyone on your team can take effect from it, and it allows you just continuously shoot, does extra damage, a whole bunch of good stuff like that. So now we're at the end of round 10. We're going to go ahead and start opening the map. One thing that I need to note is do not open this door. If you open up this door, the strat up here will not work. And one thing you got to be careful of, if teammates go down, don't hold near the end of this and revive them. Because if you go to revive them, more than likely you're accidentally going to end up opening the door trying to revive them. So if people go down, make sure they crawl right around over there before you try to revive them, because trust me, we've actually opened that door before trying to revive teammates, and all of your setup, all that's done, and you just wasted some time if you end up opening that door. So usually I'll buy quick revive on the way down here. Helps you regenerate health a little bit quicker if you've got it maxed here. So we're just gonna go down here and turn on power and whatnot as we go along here. We've got enough to go ahead and pack our weapon. As you can see, we did end up staying till round 10 down here. However, the round you stay on depends if you're playing solo, playing with multiple people. If you're playing by yourself and using snipers, or if you got a lot of people using guns like snipers and whatnot, you might want to leave the top of knock a little bit early. But if it's just a couple of people, you guys are using ARs, round 10 is probably right around when you would want to leave. I wouldn't suggest staying there any longer than 10. Because at that point, your weapons are just going to be taking too long to kill, and you want to go ahead and start getting those packed kills. You don't want to get too many kills there without having it packed. So essentially, once you turn on power, you flip the 2 switches, shows you where it are. Pretty self-explanatory. We're going to take the portal, and we're going to go get the last part. And like I said, I am going to be showing you all the steps for power here, because like I said, this guide is really meant for... oh, I got cornered there. This guide is really meant for... multiplayer players who haven't really played any zombies and are trying to get their foot into grinding zombies here. A full in and out guide. So we're going to show every single step of this. We're really not going to do any other steps for anything besides turning on power. But once you've entered the anomaly, as you can see here, it's changed colors. We're going to go get this to where it says Aether Tunnel. Going to go through and get the part here. I'm going to show you exactly everything we're doing just in case you're a little confused. One thing about the zombies is it's kind of hard to mess up this step because like I said, it shows you waypoints for everything you need to do. No other zombies has really kind of showed you exactly everything you can do for power, but the whole point of this guide is I really don't want to leave anything out. I want to show everyone start to finish how the whole process is done here. So once you've taken the tunnel here, you want to get the part, and now we're going to head back to where it says machine, and essentially you're just going to hold F on it, and then you're pretty much done. This is all you really have to do setup wise in the map to get this done. As you can see here, taking us back through, and now we can pack our weapon, and we can start working on those 2,500 kills while packed. Really not a hard challenge, but because of that, I'd go ahead and I'd pack it right away. Now, there are 2 different types of ammo mods you can run in this situation. While grinding for camos, I find myself using Blast Furnace more often now. This is going to help you kill zombies quicker. and it's not going to take away from any of your critical kills. The other elemental mods will actively take away from your headshots when you get kills, but the fire one won't. You'll still be able to get headshots like normal, whereas if you're using dead wire or any others, those aren't going to count as criticals for you and not give you the headshots. Then after we've gone ahead and packed our weapon, we're going to go over here and we're going to start to upgrade our weapon pretty much as high as we can go and upgrade it. Going to give us more damage and whatnot, and maybe armor depending on how many points you have. But once you've done that, like I said, if you're trying to get this as quick as possible, we're now going to come back up here and get back on the top of Penthouse and just start killing again until we have some more points. Now, depending on your skill level, you might want to go ahead and buy perks. Usually I don't, but I'll show you where they're at real quick just to go ahead. I usually wait till the Wonder Fizz spawns up top there. Because you can just go ahead and buy all your perks there and save a little bit of time. But I'll show you how to buy these just in case you need to go ahead and get these so you can survive a little bit longer here. All right, but now that we got a few perks, got our gun packed, we got it upgraded twice. Essentially, we're just going to go through some more rounds up top here. We're just going to go through another few more rounds, build up some more salvage, build up some more points, pack a punch our gun a second time, a third time. And this is really the main gist of the strat. Essentially, the more time you have all of your players up here just killing zombies, the quicker this is gonna go, and you can really knock out these weapons really quickly doing this. Obviously, weapons like snipers and whatnot are going to take longer than other weapons. And now that we're on round 12, we do have the Megaton spawning in, and this is how a lot of people end up dying on Penthouse. This is the best time to use your Ring of Fire, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. Not too bad on these earlier rounds if you have multiple players, but a lot of people, when they do die up here on the higher rounds, it's because of the Megaton. So if you're playing with multiple people, you guys might want to all run down below and train for just a few minutes while you guys work on taking them out, and then meet back up here after that's over. But for these earlier rounds, when it's just 1 or 2 Megatons, you guys really shouldn't have much of an issue just kind of mowing it down as they come up. All right, so just turned around 20, and with that, it's been 10 rounds since we bought it. So we're gonna go ahead and buy our extra perks, and now I'm gonna go and pack my weapon more times, buy some more armor, and upgrade my weapon a few more times. Now, obviously, we stayed for quite a few rounds there. If you need to do this earlier, you can go ahead, go down, and do this as need be if you can't last as long up there. Just make sure that you kind of have an effort with your team to all do it at the same time, because if you've got one of your teammates going down like every other round, like let's say you got one guy going to pack this round, and the next round you got a different guy going, then you're gonna go. Now you've got guys going down in each and every round, and it's just gonna slowly space out the zombies and take forever. So try to kind of build it up and have everyone do it at once. And once you do that, as you can see now, it's been 10 rounds. There's also this portal here that we took. So it's right across from pack now. And this is a really quick and safe way in between rounds to go down, get your stuff, buy your stuff, and it's just right down here at the bottom of the knock, just a little bit farther than where your ammo is. So as you saw, we went down there, packed our weapon 2 more times, bought full sets of armor. Now we're back up here, and now we've got the Wonder Fizz. However, as you can see, I myself did not buy Elemental Pop. Now the reason I did not buy this perk is because this perk has some crashing issues. So my game crashes quite often when I use it, and a lot of other people seem to have this issue as well. So for me, I get every perk but this, and it's not too helpful anyway. Honestly, when you're grinding for critical kills, you really don't want this perk to begin with, because it's going to stop you from getting headshots and critical kills because of the alternate ammo effects. So I personally definitely would recommend not getting that. Now, one other thing I would recommend doing, as you can see here, we haven't quite fully upgraded our weapon. We do have full armor and all of our perks, but I'm going to go ahead and go buy a self-revive. Since I'm not playing solo, I didn't spawn in with one. And honestly, after you got your weapon upgraded 1 or 2 times, I think it's beneficial to go ahead and buy a self-revive now instead of waiting to get it oranged here. Because yeah, getting it oranged here is going to help you kill zombies quicker, but a self-revive is only 250, and it's going to stop you from potentially losing the game. Just because, like, let's say you're the only guy left, end up going down, you being able to use this self-revive just stops you from wasting this entire setup we've done. So usually once you've got your weapon upgraded a few times and got armor, I go ahead and buy self-revive before grinding up all of that salvage needed to get it maxed here. Because as you can see, with it being third packed already, kind of still frying through zombies, and this is 2-player zombies right now. In round 20, we should be able to hold off up here pretty easily. No, maybe not. But yeah, still 2-player zombies here. It's going to be a little bit harder if you're playing with 2-player zombies and you had a teammate who died. Solo, we wouldn't have too many issues, but I still think we can handle it, especially with Ring of Fire. We should probably be able to get this round with not too much of an effort. You got to be careful for the armored guys. It's going to be a little bit harder now because it is round 20 and you're going to have armor guys spawning. but I still think we'll be all right. And I mean, this is pretty much the end game now. So now that you've gone ahead and packed your weapon one more time and you've started upgrading your weapon, obviously once we get enough salvage, we need to go back to the bottom and we need to upgrade our weapon again and do stuff like that. But I mean, that's really it. You've kind of got the general gist of this down. So just kind of grind for the blue salvage here, get about 500 of that. We can upgrade our weapon to purple tier, and then get 1,000 more, can get it orange tier. And once we got our self revive, another thing you can buy where we went and bought our self revive, you can buy a missile to kind of save yourself if you get cornered. But I'd honestly recommend fully maxing out your weapon before that. But I mean, with that, it's honestly what we're doing here. Just rinse and repeat. Just keep calling in your ring of fires, getting kills, and cycling through every single weapon doing this. Obviously, the sniper rifles and the rocket launchers are going to be a wee bit harder. And I do have a guide that kind of breaks down specific details on how to do the rocket launchers and how to do the snipers while you're doing that. But this technique will work perfectly for any sort of ARs, SMGs, LMGs, all that. And it will work for the rocket launchers and it will work for the snipers. You just kind of have to alter the methods a little bit, and everything I've shown you here will still work if you just alter the methods that I said and I showed you using the snipers and the rocket launcher videos. Currently around 22, and as you can see, we've got 570 criticals. Around 40 is when you'll get all 2,500 you need. And like I said, if your gun's already maxed out, you will probably finish your entire gun in one round of doing this. If you're using an AR and an SMG, one kind of run through with this with 4 players, you'll get all of the critical kills you need. You'll get everything done. The main issue is just if you already have it leveled up or not. But with that, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Essentially, nothing really changes from this point on. Just continue doing the strat here all the way up until about round 30, 40, or whenever you guys decide to end it. Obviously, depending on the weapons, things change up a little bit depending on what round you're able to go to and whatnot. But nothing changes too much. So yeah, if there's anything I missed out on this video that helped you and you think could definitely help people, make sure to leave it in the comments below. I will then favorite it. That way it shows at the top. And if you're looking for extra tips, like I said, people are always helpful in the comments, always leaving extra things that I forgot about or missed out here. So if you need extra help, definitely make sure and check that. And as I was saying before, Discord's in the link and all of that good stuff. I do have one question before we end the video. Do you guys like these step-by-step kind of guides? Obviously, if you're a hardcore zombies player, this probably didn't help you too much. But like I said, that's not the purpose of this. The whole purpose of this video was to be kind of for the people who are multiplayer players trying to get into zombies. And like I said, for future guys, when I do stuff like this, we could always do 2 versions of the guide. We could have the short, sweet, and to the simple for hardcore zombie players. And then we could always have the, hey, I'm a multiplayer player, kind of get into zombies type style guide. Completely up to you guys. Might be the last time we do something like this, but it was something that has been suggested quite often. So I thought we'd give it a shot, go ahead and make it. But yeah, with that, boys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this point of this video, and I will see you guys next time.